Welcome, everyone. We have plenty of seats up here. Don't be shy.
It's nice and warm.
Yes. Carl.
Good morning. May I ask you all to please stand and remove your headgear? I want to say a quick thanks to the Trilly Club Women's Club for this reminder that they're going to unveil of the sacrifice, the ongoing sacrifice, and the reminder that there are men and women right now today that are serving our nation, that are standing out there making sure that we can gather like this and say the things and do the things that we think are important to us. So we're going to honor our nation's flag. It is right above me, so you're probably not going to be able to see it. There's a little one down here that somebody left in the bricks. But if you just face towards me as we say the Pledge of Allegiance, that'll be just fine. So please join with me as we honor our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Thank you, Carl. So when Rhonda and I've been planning this summer, the ceremony, we were so worried it might rain. And what would we do? I want to thank council who are here today. Mayor Nick Sanders, if you'll stand. In the back. Thank you. Alicia Fleury, councilwoman. And previous council person, Greg Lamont, with the camera. Are there any other council people here today? Nope, okay. I'd like to recognize the committee who started this project, I think back in 2012, based on our reports that we found. If you were on the committee to get this lovely park going, please stand. Thank you, ladies. I want to thank our sponsors. A lot of the names are on the large rocks out here at the entryway. The pavers up here, and especially to Darren Klauser and his family. Darren, please stand. And if you purchased a brick for up here, please stand. And last but certainly not least, if you're a veteran, please stand. I'll recognize our artist this morning, Susan Norris. Please stay around after the ceremony so you can visit with her and talk to her about her creation and find out all the other wonderful things that she does. I think a special thank you to Tony Jaramillo and his wonderful staff with Parks and Rec of the town. Tony, where are you? We got out here this morning. The chairs were already set up. The tents were already set up. Speaker system. It's a great speaker system, by the way. So thank you, Tony. So I want to introduce our speaker, Carol. A lot of you know her, but I just want to make sure that we credit her for all the things that she's done over the years. She was on the Scholarship Committee, Allocations and Grants Committee. She did the newsletter back when it was an old-fashioned newsletter. She did publicity. She was on the home tour for numerous years, doing graphics, silent auction, whatever needed to be done. She was vice president of program for 3 years, and she was my right-hand woman for 3 years. I miss her terribly. In addition to the Women's Club, Carol and her husband, Tom, volunteer at the USO at the DFW airport. In fact, they did that last night. So they're here on vacation, but they're still volunteering. Not vacation, but vacation. But they're still volunteering. Their son, Brandon, is active duty in the Army. And Carol is also a veteran. So I cannot think of a more qualified person to speak to us today. Carol and Tom now live in Belgium, where Tom is in charge of Boy Scouts for Europe, North Africa, Asia, the Middle East, and Russia. Our loss is their gain. Carol.
Thank you. It's so nice to see everybody, and it's nice to be back in Trophy Club, even for a little while. And the heat, oh, what lovely heat.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We had a couple weeks of this over there, but we also have no AC over there. So I just wanted to thank everybody for being here. And for those of you, just a short, brief history. This memorial was started in 2012 by the Garden Group of the Trophy Club Women's Club. It was a small little dream at the time, and two of us veterans, myself who's an Army veteran, and Lynn Getz, who is an Air Force veteran, and she has since moved away, really took this by the horns and wanted to see this. And there's so many people, Carol Warren, Rhonda, everybody who supported this and helped us along the way. And it all started from finding an old ammo box and said, what could we do?
Yeah.
It was originally dedicated on November 11, 2012, and this memorial was created for veterans to honor all veterans, whether you have husband, father, son, anybody. Women have served in the United States military for over 200 years and are often known as the silent veterans, invisible veterans. There are over right now 2 million female veterans serving, and every single female veteran that has served serves voluntarily. I learned a lot during my time serving in the U.S. Army. Not only did I become really good at push-ups, but I also learned what it was to be a proud American and proud to be serving my country. Although the Army wasn't easy, but it certainly was something that I hold dear and I treasure, and we're very proud of our son who is still currently serving. When the time came for our addition to the memorial, we wanted to honor another veteran who is sometimes overlooked, and that is the military working dog. Dogs have served in combat alongside U.S. soldiers in every major conflict since the birth of the nation, but they're not officially recognized until World War II. A dog's rank is always one rank higher than their handler. And every military working dog is a non-commissioned officer, in tradition at least. There are some highly recognizable and honored war dogs. One is Chips, and there's actually a book about him. He was a German Shepherd, part of World War II. He saw action in Germany, France, North Africa, Sicily, with the Army's 3rd Infantry Division. He was trained as a sentry dog. He broke away from his handlers and attacked the enemy machine gun nest in Italy and forced 10 enemy soldiers to surrender. He was wounded in flight and was later awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, Silver Star, and Purple Heart, all of which unfortunately had to be revoked because the Army can't really recognize a dog, but we all recognize him. Several years ago, I had the pleasure of connecting with Susan Norris, and her name may not be familiar to you right now, but after today, you will remember her. Susan is an amazing artist and sculptor. Her art is inspired by her love of the natural world and her love of animals. We have worked together for years in the development of this statue. The details and emotions that she was able to create is just unbelievable. It will bring tears to your eyes. I am so touched and grateful. Where are you, Susan? For everything and all the work and the time and effort that you put into this. I am truly grateful. It is our hope that this memorial continues to be a place to learn, a quiet place to honor and respect our veterans, and a reminder of the sacrifices that veterans and their families have made and continue to make so that we have the freedoms that we have. Today I stand here at the memorial and I am grateful. I'm grateful for all veterans, males, females, and military working dogs, for all those who have served and all that are currently serving. I am grateful for the opportunity I had to serve. I'm grateful for Carl and other veterans who support the Metroport Veterans Association and what they do and continue to do for our veterans. I am also grateful for having lived here in Trophy Club and working with such a wonderful group of women in the Trophy Club Women's Club and their spouses who continuously give of their time, effort, and money to better our town. The group is truly amazing and not only has made this memorial possible, but continue to work to help as many as they can. And even though our job has taken us overseas, where we still support veterans and the military over there with the scouts and their families that are serving, it is definitely with a heavy heart that I miss you guys so much. I do, and everything that you do. And it is with pride that I serve.
Thank you, Carol. That was beautiful. I think we should give her another round of applause. Okay, I want to thank all of you for coming out today. I really appreciate it. I know it's hot, so there's one final thing to do. So if all of you want to follow me over, we're going to go kind of stand around the statue, and Susan and I will unveil her masterpiece. Wow.
And everybody, please take some time to go around and look at the details, the emotions in the face that Susan has captured, just everything. Poor Eddie's in so
I don't think that's going to get up anymore.
Okay, so everyone has to get Carl something.
I didn't want
Do it again.
Thank you.